Hey, good day, folks. It's Tourism Tim here, and we've got a pretty exciting episode of Tourism Marketing TV today. We're doing something a little bit different. You might remember a little while back, I launched a contest I was calling the Customer Service Olympics to honor the regular Olympics as well as the Paralympics games. And I've just always been a fan of the Olympics. And when looking at people and from all over the world, how they get together and compete, and seeing excellence in sport and sportsmanship. It's just great. And really, at the end of the day, I thought that we, in the tourism professionals, we can be Olympians too. And one of the ways that it shows up is how we express ourselves in being in service to others in customer service. And that was the thing with the Customer Service Olympics. So today I'm proud to announce some of the winners. And I'm wearing a headset today because I'm outdoors here in my backyard. And I tell you, we got so many crows flying over and squawking, and my neighbor's blowing his fall leaves. It's pretty loud, so I thought I'll just use this. Anyway, I'm really, really pleased to not only announce the winners, but I wanted to show you guys some amazing similarities when I looked at the awesome suggestions and submissions by so many of you out there. And I really, really appreciate you taking the time to share with me and with your fellow independent world tourism professional, what you're doing in your business to provide that extra level of service. But there's a couple key things that I really want you to see when you look at these, and you really should go look and read these in details, because you will get some ideas that you can use in your business starting tomorrow, and will make a difference in not only your service, but as you're going to see, it will help your bottom line. That was one of the common themes that helped me decide who was the gold medal winner, silver and bronze, and what were some common denominators of some of the top submissions. And here it is. And listen to this carefully. Those that were providing the highest level of service were also getting the highest levels of recommendations, the highest number of reviews, the highest number of likes in Facebook, and we're absolutely getting something that I preach all the time. And if you've been watching any of my other videos, know that that what they were getting was word of mouth advertising. And opinions and reviews from others are the most respected and trusted forms of travel advertising you can do. So not only were they providing great service, but they were getting, you might say, a double return on that, because they were getting all these happy clients that were selling for them. And here's the other factor to this. When I started looking at, well, who were these people that were getting all these reviews and selling by their clients? How were their business doing? And I noticed that several of the people that were in there that submitted ideas that were really engaged in providing that extra level of service were also having record sales. And we're talking some serious amount of money that these people were experiencing when so many others were struggling. And I thought, it just once again reinforces the core of the business that we're in is service. And when you do it well, you will get others tooting your horn for you, singing your praises, and you'll get more referrals, more repeat business, and you're going to spend less time selling, and and your sales are going to go up, and ultimately your marketing costs will go down. You will not have to spend as much time or money engaged in acquiring new customers, because your existing customers are coming back more and referring more. What could be better than that? Everybody wins. So I just want to do a quick review of some of the highlights of some of the podium winners, the top winners, and then give you some highlights of some of the top players that were also having record sales. But I really encourage you to go to the posting down below this video if you're seeing it on Facebook or you're reading it on my blog. Read the submissions, and not only are you going to see the submissions, but you're going to also see my comments, and you're going to see some comments from your peers, what they had to say about it too. So congratulations to the gold medal winner, Judy, and I apologize in advance if I misspell your name, mispronounce it, Ms. Mizrachi, who is the owner of High Road Adventures, which does hiking tours in Israel, Jordan, and Egypt. And so I wanted to congratulate her on that. And it was really tough, folks, to decide who was going to be the gold medal winner, the silver, and the bronze, and also top Olympians, because really all the submissions were excellent. But the ones that I decided to pursue, to give these awards to, were going the extra edge. We're doing something different, something unexpected, and that it ultimately encouraged a high level of guest relationship after the trip, which is where so many of us have a missed opportunity. Just because we've sold them on a trip and they've gone on a trip, really that relationship should continue long after the trip. And that's where you're going to get the more repeats, the referrals, and all that good stuff. But here I extracted on each one of these a brief thing, that a kind of a drop quote on what I thought was really important. And with Judy, she said, they show to their friends, meaning her customers, this really cool, she does a video and photos, and she puts together a humorous video for her clients, and she sends them to them after the fact, and they end up posting it on Facebook, and they share it with their friends, and they're giving all these reviews, and she puts it online, and she sends a hard copy. So it was just this really awesome idea. It's free, it's simple, and it keeps her engaged with her clients. And so what happened with Judy? She's getting all these recommendations in Facebook. So it's a great idea. I thought it was awesome. Cherie James, who's the director of Ashima Journeys, also commented. She said, "This is freaking brilliant idea, Judy!" Exclamation mark. Many of these I extracted right off of the blog where you posted them some time back, or they were on my Facebook fan page, which is on tourism.business.association. It's the travel business and tourism marketing fan page. Let's look at the silver medal winner. This is Lilac Adventures in Kenya. And this is what blew my mind. We'll talk about what she did, but look at this. She has a 60% and above repeat clients and referrals rate. How many of you have that or would love to have that? That is awesome. Congratulations, Lilac Adventures. So this is what made them a winner. It's not what they were doing for their customers, but how much time they invested in staff and well-trained safari guides to offer the best personalized service. And here's the point I want to take home on this. Way too many of you are focused on our what I call the external customers, our guests that pay us money. But you overlook the most important investment, and that's investing in your internal customer service. That has to do with all your staff, all the people who are frontline staff that are dealing with your customers. That could be on the phone, that could be at the front desk, that could be Safari Guide. That goes for you too. So big congratulations to Lilac Adventures for Kenya for winning the silver medal. Because I am confident, because that they invest so heavily in having well-trained staff that is really dedicated to service, it's no wonder they have such a high referral rate and recommendations. And they really are your ambassadors. And the bronze level award goes to Rios, Ecuador. And once again, there's this common theme. Those that the top winners were engaged with providing customer service after the trip. And what they were doing is they were posting pictures from rafting trips and such, and posting it on Facebook and sharing it. And then they were following up with an email and asking, letting them know that the pictures had been published, and they were inviting feedback, and also asking them for a survey. They were continuing the relationship, and then they engaged him with Lonely Planet or TripAdvisor. The key thing is they made it really simple to stay engaged with their customers after the fact, and got people to share for them. And because of that, I have no doubt that their business is doing really well. So I wanted now a big congratulations to the top winners. I want you to look at some other submissions that I felt that were really of Olympic quality. This is Olga Van Mele, who runs a barge cruises in Belgium. And these quotes, by the way, are extracted right out of what they sent to me. Once again, we are completely sold out this season. They She's really involved with her marketing and her website. She's really engaged with providing great service. But what stood out to me is that, wow, through doing great service, they're sold out way in advance. And actually, Olga happened to be a member of the Tourism Marketing Success online course. And one of the things that we taught in that course was the importance of getting your clients selling for you and using testimonials and several other key what I call credibility generators that help convince strangers that you're a good choice. And Olga used them heavily on her site, and I'm not at all surprised that because of that, she's sold out. Let's look at some other ones. This is good. Also, another course member. Bob and Doreen Toller. They have a kind of a bed and breakfast as well as run Alaskan tours. She says our focus is totally the customer. They treat each one as a VIP. I know that Doreen and Bob put a tremendous amount of effort creating the relationship long before someone ever shows up on their trip. This is pretty exciting, is that I happen to know that through this season, 2012, that their sales were up over 63% since 2010. And Alaska tourism, let me tell you, is super, super, super competitive. She's got some real big players that she's competing against, like Carnival Cruises, and then there's literally thousands of other tour operators, guides, lodges, bed and breakfasts. It's the number one income generator, and so a lot of people are involved with that business. So they're doing quite well when many people were struggling and during that same period of time. And I happen to know that sales increase of 63% was worth gross sales of an additional $192,000. Not too bad by being totally customer centric, treating everyone as a VIP, and then of course using that in your marketing materials so that people who don't know you really have your clients selling for you. Doreen happens to be a member of my course too, and she just followed along and is doing really, really well. Congratulations to Matt Smith with Detour Travel. He runs this great photo contest. You guys be sure to go to the site and read the comments specifically, because each one of these people laid out in detail what it is that they do to provide awesome customer service, and really so many of these you guys can do exactly yourself too. Here's Cherie James, who runs these spiritual and meditation retreats to the Himalayas. She provides unexpected gifts, which I thought was just this brilliant idea that we're all centric on. She goes to Tibet a lot, so she has a lot of Tibetan prayer flags and teas and yak milk soap and things that people didn't expect, and which was great. And then Alyssa Poma with World Wildlife Fund Travel Program, excellent program. She does a nice thing on keeping the relationship going and sends articles that were related to the place that they just traveled to, and she uses a good phrase called a touch point. And a touch point is just, it can be an email, it can be a phone, a call, it can be a Skype call, it can be sending some direct mail piece. These are points where you're connecting with your customer before, during, and after the trip. And the more that you're doing that at all levels, all times, before, during, and after, in a supportive VIP, providing awesome customer service, the better you're going to be, the more you're going to have happy customers, the more you're going to get them selling for you, and the more your sales are going to go up, your marketing costs are going to go down. So just to kind of wrap up, I'm not going to go into any more details here, but there's really great suggestions here. Thank you all so much for contributing. We got suggestions from all over the world, from Tibet to Uganda, Alaska, and on and on and on. So you can go and see these suggestions. I'd appreciate if you can do me a favor. I really appreciate. As you can see, I'm dedicated to helping you and our fellow independent tourism professionals succeed in their business. I would really appreciate if you could share this with anybody who's in the industry, no matter where they are. We're all in the same boat. We're all trying to promote our tourism offerings, whether it's a service, a destination. Why don't you share this with someone that's in the business now or thinking about getting in the business? My site, this posting, I appreciate you liking it and tweeting it and sharing it, whether it's on LinkedIn or wherever your social media thing is. And down below, there's going to be a Facebook posting thing. I appreciate your comments on, what did you learn from these great tips from your fellow tourism professionals and customer service? What additional ideas do you have? The more that you're posting and sharing, the more that we all win because we're learning from each other. I mean, some of the best marketing ideas, some of the best customer service ideas I got from you, from the postings that you're making, comments you're making, conversations I've had in the almost 20 years that I've been in this business. I am as much a student as I am a teacher, and you need to be the same way, because it will helps the world be a better place, because we all learn, we all get to make money doing what we love, and we all have got great ideas. So thanks so much for sharing. Thanks for watching. Write your questions and comments down below. This is Tourism Tim. Until next week, we'll see you later. Take care. Bye-bye.